The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
Mix Design is your one-stop shop for custom clothing with a personal touch. At Mix Design, we can help you tell your story through your wardrobe. Your imagination on a hat, shirt, pullover, or nearly anything wearable. And while you're picking out some custom clothing, check out the one-of-a-kind handmade soaps from the Bobcat Soap Company. Find us on Facebook and let us create custom swag just for you at Mix Design. Mix Design is your one-stop shop for custom clothing with a personal touch. At Mix Design, we can help you tell your story through your wardrobe. Your imagination on a hat, shirt, pullover, or nearly anything wearable. And while you're picking out some custom clothing, check out the one-of-a-kind handmade soaps from the Bobcat Soap Company. Find us on Facebook and let us create custom swag just for you at Mix Design.
This is where the fun begins.
Get ready for raw, unfiltered Razorback talk. Nobody knows what they'll say next. It's time to go inside the Hawg Pen with Razorback Zach, Marcus MC Carlton, and Sarah Swish Vogel.
Let me talk to you.
What's up, everybody? It is Wednesday night. And you know what that means. It's another episode of Inside the Hawg Pen. I'm Razorback Zach, your host, as always, from the Central Arkansas Hawg Pen. And you can notice there's a third member of our team missing, but he will be with us in just a few minutes. But right now, I'm joined by the rookie of the group who is launching her new show come the fall. From the NWA is Sarah Savage Vogel. What's up, Sarah?
Not much. I'm tired.
Okay. So I got a couple things we got to get through first. And then we're going to bring our boy on because he's having the time of his life down there in Hoover. But if you are watching us, wherever you're watching us from, leave us a review. I don't care how many stars or how many thumbs up or whatever. But leave us a review. Like, share, subscribe, follow, do whatever you got to do to make sure you follow us and make sure that you're getting all your notifications. That being said, I have a special announcement, Sarah. I want to wish a very happy birthday to one Jordan Wallace. She had a birthday earlier this week, and she happens to be my girlfriend. So happy birthday, Jordan, from me to you and all of us here at ITHP. She is probably red-faced and embarrassed right now, but that's okay. That's all right. Okay, now for the fun part. Baseball. Baseball has arrived in Hoover. And who do we have down in Hoover but our boy, MC? Let me pull this up here. Hit that button there. You can tell I'm not used to all these new buttons and whistles.
Bells and whistles.
There we go. All right, live from Hoover, Alabama, and the site of the 2024. What in God's name are you wearing? Is our boy MC. What the hell is that?
That is one of the freebies that they were giving out at the T-Mobile booth. I'll get down here where you can see it. And this is my failed attempt at a rally hat in the bottom of the ninth.
You got to put it on backwards next time. That's how you.
I did. I had it on backwards.
So
it was this right here.
It'll also cover your neck so you don't get sunburned.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, right. So Arkansas had a couple of the fat heads at Baum Walker this season, but they were $100. I have to have one of those hats. I don't know where the hell
they were better though. They were like
the actual hat.
Yeah. Yeah. These are foam. These are like the little freebie giveaways, but
I need one. I don't know why, but I need one.
They definitely helped out with shade today because the shadows kept moving, and I didn't want to get up and move about every 45 minutes. So before we get into the action of today, you had a moment with a foul ball. I did. I did. Yeah. To put it in terms that everybody will understand, I pretty much Carson Shaddied the foul ball.
Don't do it.
It was hit right to, like, it could not have been thrown at me any better than it was. And I have a humongous like bruise right here where it hit me because I had my hands, I was ready, and I was making sure my boys were out of the way. And because I was like, heads up, here it comes. And I was sitting there, and it bounced off my hand and straight in, to the place where I have the most padding, which is my gut. Right into my gut, and then just bounced off. And before I could get back
I already hear a mistake. Where was your glove?
Well, I'm 46 years old. I'm not bringing a glove.
You can't. No. You can't
my
tell
boys,
me. I was just gonna say you can't tell me one of them boys ain't got a glove.
Well, both of them had their gloves, but they throw right-handed and I throw left-handed. So that's that's my other excuse. So
can you at least catch with the other hand though? Because apparently you can't catch with one.
Well, yeah, apparently I can't catch with either one of them barehanded. But it was. But I'm telling you, like, it was perfect. I mean, I saw it coming, and it was like, okay, well, I'm fixing to take a foul ball home, and I alligator armed it. And
where'd the ball end up though?
One row in front of me, and then before I could get over the seat to get it, somebody else grabbed it.
They watched you get hit, and they still took it.
They watched it. Yeah. This old man, and I say old man because he's older than me. This dude looked like he was alive during World War I. He reached down and grabbed it. And so I didn't want to,
I'm sorry, if he's dealt with 2 world wars, he probably deserves it more than just a hit.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't want to sit there and get my ass kicked by a guy that fought in World War II. So over a foul ball. So
hey, make sure you guys leave a question or comment in the Meeks Design Company live fan feedback. Big thank you to Meeks Design Company and Cam Productions for sponsoring MC's trip down to Hoover, Alabama.
Yeah, it's hey, Hoover's pretty cool, man. I was prior to coming down here, I was kind of the mindset of, hey, maybe we need to find a different location for this, move it somewhere, maybe out of Alabama to, I don't know. Selfishly, I wanted it at AutoZone Park in Memphis, but this park, outside of the ballpark itself, I mean, it's a whole complex, man. I mean, there's a lot of stuff. The building that they've got the fanfare in is about 100 yards up from the stadium. And that's really cool too. I haven't been in there but once, but it was really cool. Literally something for every age, from the point that you walk to the age of, the old man that stole my foul ball. So you can find something for anybody in there. And there is they've got a splash pad area for kids that get tired of sitting and watching ball games and want to go play in the water. There's beach volleyball set up. I mean, there's just a little bit of everything right here, man.
So you were a minute ago, you were talking about, and you and I've talked about this time and time again. They rotate the softball SEC tournament.
Mm-hmm.
They used to rotate the SEC tournament in basketball. It was in Atlanta. Now it's in Nashville.
Yeah.
Are you still on the train of rotating them? Because, I mean, you can, you got Alex Box, you've got Duty Noble, but none of them hold a candle. And this is not me being biased. None of them hold a candle to one Baum Walker.
Well, the only one that I would say that could come close to Baum Walker would be Duty Noble down at Mississippi State. I haven't been there, but I some people that I trust with their opinion have been there, and they said it's just as nice. I don't know, man. After being here and seeing everything that goes with it, I get it now. I kind of understand why they have it here. Everything is right there within a stone's throw. One of the cool things that happened, we went and watched Kentucky and LSU play before Arkansas this morning. I'll get more into that game in just a minute. But what was cool was, I was taking my son up to get something to drink, and I see Brady Tigert and another Razorback just walking down through there because they had just gotten off the bus and they were headed to the batting cages that were right there at the end of right field, right where the SEC network is set up. And so that's how I got that video this morning of the guys walking in and getting in the cage and starting to stretch and hit and everything else. And, I got to talk to Brady for just a minute before they went into the cage. And, my son got a picture of one of the coaches. So, I mean, the exposure that you get as just regular fans, I mean, it's pretty cool, man. And I saw the ace pitcher for LSU after he threw 7 perfect innings today. They pulled him after 7 to let somebody else finish it. But he had 7 perfect innings. And Luke, I cannot remember his last name, but he literally walked. Yeah, he literally walked 2 feet in front of me, headed down to the SEC network stage area. So there's a lot of access that you get here to players. And of course, he's signing autographs on the way. And, the couple of the Razorbacks were signing autographs on their way in too. But it's just a different it's a different feel, man. I mean, it just has a different feel. I went for the Ole Miss Mississippi State game last night, and it was great.
MC, Jesse's got our producer, Jesse, back in the Sideline Radio Network compound, has got you. He said his last name is Holman, H-O-L.
Yeah, Luke Holman. Luke Holman. Yes.
I was going to say, I kind of like the SEC tournament being away. Lets us get ready here for regionals.
Yeah.
Kind of gets us another road series, if you want to call it that, before heading to.
Yeah.
So.
Well, yeah, and it just, like today, it a lot of people say it's meaningless. I don't think it's meaningless. I think it's an opportunity that's above a scrimmage to get some guys some at-bats or to get some guys some innings that haven't worked. Parker Coyle was throwing for a while today. I thought he did okay. Gabe Gack will come in, and you just got to consider the door being slammed shut, and Gabe gives up the first home run he's given up all year.
Well, but I mean, so it's meaningless for those that have a lock already in the postseason. Like if you're a top 8 seed and you're in the tournament, it is. Yeah. I mean, it is kind of meaningless, a little.
It depends on the team.
But for teams like South Carolina, Vanderbilt, LSU that are on the bubble that need these wins, this is just as important as it is a regular season game.
I said it yesterday morning. Before LSU played their first game, I did a radio hit with one of the stations back in Northeast Arkansas, and I told him, I was like, you better watch out for this LSU team because they always find a way to turn it on in the postseason. And sure enough, they beat South Carolina yesterday. They run-ruled Kentucky today 11-0 in 8 innings.
Right.
And they do not look like a team that was 13-17 in conference this year. I mean, they look like they should be one of the top 4 seeds.
We've got royalty in the house, MC. Our number one fan. Mama Linda's in the house. I don't know where Casey's at tonight, but she says, hello, ITHP, giving us a
half
thumbs
of the
up.
dynamic duo.
Right? Of course, my buddy from the East Coast says, how sweet, talking about the message I gave Jordan earlier. And then our boy Jesse Thurman says, loving the hat, MC. I've got to get one of those, dude. I will wear it on the show. He says,
I will hook you up with one of those.
I hear they're making some major upgrades to Hoover Met. Did you see anything down there? Have you seen anything?
Yeah, there was definitely some work going on behind left field. Now, they have hidden it from camera view very well, but there's definitely some work in there. As you're driving up to the stadium, you can see that there's something going on out there. I don't know if they're going to put outfield seating in. I don't know what they're going to do, but they're definitely doing some work there. And this is my first time hearing it. Everybody said, oh man, it's an old facility, blah, blah, blah. It's not that bad. I mean, the only complaint that I have found with the place so far is that getting into the stadium and getting out, as far as like driving in, there is one pathway in and one pathway out, and that's it. And so it's like, herding cattle through the chutes, man.
When the SEC tournament's not there, who uses that park, or does it sit vacant?
I mean, I think that I would assume that they maybe have like some regional or state baseball in there. There are other fields here.
Jesse is on it tonight, our producer. He says Hoover High School.
Okay. All right. Well, there you go. There are other fields in the complex as well. There's also a bunch of soccer fields in addition to the big RV park and the indoor facility and everything else.
It's not just a ballpark in a neighborhood.
No. The Met, the ballpark itself is actually on the far side of it. So then you go the Met, and then you have the indoor facility, which is where the Fan Fest is. And then on the other side of that is going to be like the splash pad for the kids, the open baseball and softball fields, the soccer fields, and the RV park.
Okay. Casey Sutton is in the house.
Oh, there we go. All right, we got both the dynamic duo now. Okay, now we can go.
Duo. And for those of you that don't know the reason, I got a message in there. Why do they get to be called, the title number one fan? Well, they've been with us since day one. Not to mention Casey, and I will say this, and I've said it every show almost. Casey has not kicked Cancer's ass just once. She's done it twice. So yeah, she has rightfully earned her place in the ITHP Fan Hall of Fame. So, okay, let's get to the game today.
Yep.
We talked about the fact that it might be
more than one.
Well, we can go over all the games if MC so chooses, but everybody's going to be interested in only one, and that's Arkansas, South Carolina. I'm trying to word this where what happened? I mean, you got Vahiva freaking breaking a bat.
Yeah, cracked the dragon bat.
The
poor dragon.
Yeah, the dragon has been slayed. I didn't know that you could basically destroy one of those composite bats like what he did, but my son picked up on it before I did because I was watching to see the play in action. My son looked at me and said, "Dad, I think he broke his bat." I'm like, "Oh, son, there's no way. It's one of those metal composite bats. There's no way." And then sure enough, I saw him picking it up, and it was mangled.
And it happened on the backswing too. It didn't happen on the front swing.
It hit him in his back, which tells me he swung that thing so hard that it already had to have cracked.
I guess. I mean,
because there's just no way.
That's one thing I've noticed.
Looked like it came. I watched the video right before we started, and it looked like it actually came disconnected, almost.
Yeah, because when he swung it, he kind of looked down at it before it hit him. Before he realized, before he realized it was broke.
Well, and there's been some funky things going on with bats. You had that, and then in the first game today, and I know we're talking about Arkansas, but I have to bring this up or I'll forget about it. One of the guys for Kentucky got a hit and went full Pedro Serrano and carried his bat all the way to first.
He carried his bat all the way to first. I saw that.
Okay, so here's what happened. They get that sticky stuff they spray on the bat.
And it stuck.
It stuck. The bat stuck to his hand like he had to peel it off of his batting glove when he got to first base.
So we're talking like Clifford Franklin from the Replacements type.
Yeah.
It reminded me, from Benchwarmers where the guy uses it like a sword and they duct tape it to his hands.
That too. That's
That's what it reminded me of when I saw it, was that scene right there.
Right. Arkansas loses, of course, to South Carolina 6-5. We're already a top 8 seed. Everybody's losing their mind. Oh my God, we lost. So,
I mean, I heard
we lose every year. We go down to Hoover and go 0-2 every single year.
The only time we haven't done that was the year that we won the whole thing.
And that will lead us to a debate topic I've got later in the show. And MC, I'm so upset you're not going to make it because I know you got to go here in a minute. But I want to know you guys' reaction to this. Do we really care if we win the division or the conference more than it? I mean, yeah, we've won it 4 out of the last 5 years, but isn't the big prize Omaha? Because nobody's going to remember, oh my God, Arkansas won the top, won the West. Arkansas won the conference. They're not going to remember that. That's like
we didn't win the conference; we won the West.
Well, but very,
the same thing. If we'd won the overall, it'd be the same thing.
It'd be the same thing.
If you won the overall, at least get you a ring. If you win the West, you don't get a ring.
So we're gonna cover that later in the show, along with another debate topic.
So you're saying you're giving Chuck Barrett fair warning that if he's watching to turn it off so he doesn't have another aneurysm.
Yes.
Over this topic.
Yes, because I'm gonna kind of play both sides here. I'm going to play both sides of that argument. The other debate topic of the night: which of the big three had the biggest letdown this year? Was it football, basketball, or baseball's offense?
That's a good one.
Be thinking on that. But Arkansas plays in an elimination game. They play Kentucky at 9:30 in the morning. MC, are you going to be up that early and caffeinated?
Absolutely. Yeah, we're already talking about we're going to leave here probably in perfect ideal traffic. I am about 10 minutes away from the stadium. In game day traffic, like this morning, it took us about 30 minutes to get there, which is not terrible, but it was, bumper to bumper. Again, going back to that one way in, one way out, having a major impact. And that's what it was. We would definitely be there. We're leaving the hotel at 8:00 in the morning to make sure that we're there for first pitch.
So how many? Because when they showed the Arkansas South Carolina game, there wasn't that many people in the stadium.
There was not. I would say during our game, stadium was 30-40% full. Now,
so what does the Met hold?
Between 7,000 and 7,500.
Okay.
But
it's not big.
It's not huge at all. It's not very big. I will say this: the LSU fans down here outnumber everybody else about 5-1, which is no surprise.
Right.
Yeah, that's no surprise.
I did hear a hog call today during the game. So
yeah, we had a few attempts at a hog call. The first one was a little out of sync. We had to get everybody on the same page.
Always is.
Always is. Always is. Always.
Did you sit with the parents, or did y'all sit off by yourself?
We were kind of above where most of the parents were sitting. Most of the parents were right down behind the dugout. We were back up one section up from them because I would rather sit in the shade than to sit down there and cook. Because as you can see, I got pink enough as it is. But yeah, we set up. We chased the shadows for a while, and then we finally ended up moving behind home plate when the sun moved back behind the stadium.
Well, so let's talk regionals for a minute, and before we let you go, MC.
All right.
What do you think about our regional? I mean, the last one I saw, we were matched up with Starkville, which would put a super regional in Baum against the Bulldogs.
I saw a projection this morning that had us matched up with Virginia.
That's what I saw this morning.
Yeah. Now, what I'm still seeing on most of these is Texas coming into Baum as the 2 seed.
Oh my goodness!
Yes. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Baum is going to be off the charts, but that's also dangerous because Texas is a very dangerous 2 seed right now.
Yes, they are. They are.
I think maybe Dallas Baptist was the 3 and Little Rock was the 4. So I mean, that's a pretty tough regional.
That's
right there.
They had moved Dallas Baptist out. It was Little Rock and.
Did it move? Okay, move DBU out.
Yeah, they moved
That's
DBU
the
out.
last one I saw was DBU out.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, good, because DBU's really, really good. I mean, they're there every year. They're always a 2-seed or a 3-seed in somebody's region, and I don't want to.
I mean, half the time they end up in ours.
Yeah, they've been to Fayetteville several times. Talking about the impact real quick on the regional. I heard Phil Elson say Monday morning on his show. He's like, there's nothing Arkansas can do that is going to affect their regional seed either way. It doesn't matter if they go 0-2 in barbecue or if they win the whole thing. You're still going to be around that number 4, number 5 overall seed. So you're still going to host either way.
Jesse, our producer, our boy back at the sideline radio on the compound, he says, don't pull a Scotty Scheffler, MC.
I thought about that when I was driving past all these cones this morning and these cops out there, because they've got like pretty much the whole Hoover PD out there directing traffic. That was the first thing that entered my mind, was the whole Scotty Scheffler deal.
Casey says,
so this one has the last one. I pulled it up because it was Texas, Troy, and St. Louis.
Okay.
And then the supers would be Virginia, West Virginia, James Madison, or Bryant.
So probably more than likely Virginia would be coming
High
to
School?
Arkansas.
What? Down from my neck of the woods. I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding. Nobody dogged me for that. All right, MC, dude, we're gonna let you go get some rest, dude.
Yeah, man. I've promised some little boys some ice cream, so we're gonna go get ice cream.
Big thank you to Meeks Design Company and Cam Productions. MC's sporting the swag down there in Hoover.
There we go.
And I need to talk to you about that, by the way. I have an idea, but that'll be later on when you get back.
That's always scary.
That is scary. I'm thinking, can you smell the smoke from here?
Yeah, no doubt.
So, all right, MC. Thank you, buddy. We will see you back in the pen next week.
All right. Hopefully we get to see a win tomorrow with Hagen.
I hope so.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it.
MC's having the time of his life down there, Sarah. But okay.
I might have to go one day.
So I'm hoping he brings back swag, because somebody who went to Bud Walton a lot this season, I asked for swag and he was like, maybe.
You have a 1994 post.
I say it. I know.
What about the beat Duke towel?
That's also hanging. Wait, let me get out of the way here. Right there. I know.
Just because you didn't get a mini bomb, you want to throw a fit.
Yes, that's my right as show host.
How about you show up?
Okay, that was a fair point. But speaking of showing up, Sarah, answer me this. Why can the softball team not show up in the postseason? I've asked this the last couple of years. Okay. And now I get it. Texas and God, what's the other one? Oklahoma. They're eons above everybody else. But come on, at least be competitive, Arkansas. I say that to say this. I saw something on the internet the other day where there's a section of the fan base that wants Courtney Deifel fired. So what's going on with the softball team? What do you got?
Well, I think one of the things is because Arkansas's program has been so highly, not necessarily sought after, but they're a tough team. They're really good. And I think because of that, because we're really good every year, I think we're grossly overranked. I think we didn't belong in hosting a regional this year. Also, a weird thing that I wish I would have pulled it up, but almost all of I think we lost 2 on the road series. We actually played better on the road than we do in Bogle. And it was pretty. Honestly,
we played so well. We played so well in the regular season, and it's like we get to the postseason, and it's like.
I think because it was at Bogle. I think had we played away, it would have been a lot better.
Yes,
but I also think I felt like one of the games I felt like it could have been the rain delay. It was, stuff was pushed around, different things. We thought a game was going to get canceled. I also one of the batting averages I saw went down by almost 0.1, which is a lot. but it's because in all 3 games they did not get a hit, which is absolutely ridiculous. But who knows? I think for me, I think at Bogle they get distracted. I think it's one of the, they've got their family, they've got their friends there. A lot of times I've been there, it seemed like they've been more into the fans than the game. Hyping up the crowd instead of like hyping up their team kind of thing, which I love both of it. Like I love wanting to be involved with the crowd, but it's hard to watch a team flop at home because you're not focused.
Okay, so let's play devil's advocate and say that falls on Courtney. Why is she not?
I don't know. I've seen her have conversations and tell girls to, get after it. I mean, I think there's also, the being overrated doesn't help. Like, I think we didn't host.
We weren't ranked that high, were we? I mean, we were
high enough to host. I don't think we should have hosted. Personally,
I mean, we were kind of middle of the pack the whole season.
Middle of the top 25.
That's what I was saying. Middle of the pack the whole season. No, you're like,
I'm saying we didn't. I don't even think at some points. I don't think we belonged in the top 25.
Jesse says we were a 12 seed.
Yeah.
And Loki going back on that Courtney Deifel wanting to be fired. Loki says, isn't there always a section of the fan base that wants some coach fired? Yeah, I mean, think about it. Everybody wanted Sam Pittman fired after the season. Everybody wanted Eric Musselman gone, which
no comment on Pittman.
He did that on his own accord. Everybody wanted Mike Neighbors gone, which he's still here. And now you're turning. I mean, even they want DVH gone because he won't fire Matt Hobbs.
Nate Thomas.
Sorry.
Thompson, whatever his last name is.
All right, I got him backwards. And now you're going after Courtney Deifel? Y'all just.
If there's a certain part of the fan base where if you don't win a natty, if your batting average isn't perfect, you're not hitting every single shot, it's fire the coach. So even though Courtney has consistently made it and consistently hosted the NCAA tournament, it's not good enough. And I agree this year, losing in a regional, it's not good enough. But
at some
2 years
point,
ago, you made it to Supers and lost to the eventual
national champion.
I thought OU won that year.
I thought they did play. No, they were a game away from playing OU for the title. That's right.
They played against Texas, who played OU and won.
Yes, that's it. Because I made the comment of it being the Red River rivalry for the softball championship.
Yeah. So you lose to the eventual national contender. Last year you lose in a regional. This year you lose in a regional.
Wasn't
I don't see it as being a downfall until maybe we don't make the tournament.
Remind me, because I apologize, I am not up on my softball knowledge, but wasn't there? She's only the second coach of the program, right? She's kind of like DVH, is she not? Because the program was irrelevant before she got here, and I'm talking dead in the water, nothing.
No, there's a couple before her.
Okay,
1, 2, 3 total. Yeah.
Okay, so there was 3.
But I knew there was at least 2. I couldn't remember.
But you cannot. Here's the problem with, and this will forever be my bitch about the fan base, is you cannot, when something goes south on a season, you can't automatically just go fire him.
Or you're never going to make progress if you don't allow people to build off of mistakes in a certain way. Stuff isn't going to change.
No. But
they had a dang good team this year. To make it to the NCAA tournament, to me, we wouldn't have done that 10 years ago.
But to consistently, but if you're always wanting a coach fired, okay, if you're always wanting that, you're always going to have program turnover. Look at the basketball team. Look at the potential that we had there. Musk goes to the West Coast. Everybody, we lose. The first time I've ever known one of our one of our teams to just completely have a roster wipe. Okay.
Yep.
You cannot fire a coach just because one bad season. I'm looking at you, Sam Pittman haters.
I mean,
but what is? I mean, so at what point? At what point do you start hitting the panic button with Courtney Deifel though? Just and again, I'm not hitting the panic button. I'm just asking for devil's advocate conversation piece.
I would hit the panic button next year. If she gets to a regional and gets knocked out or doesn't make the tournament, I say she has another year to make it to Supers. If she doesn't make it to Supers, she's gone.
So
that's
Supers
from a personal.
Supers is I guess the goal for next year.
No, I'm saying next year if she doesn't even make the tournament or anything, give her like you have to make Supers the following year. I think she has at least 2 more seasons as head coach.
Okay.
That is
surprisingly I can get down with that. Surprisingly, yeah. I'm all right with that actually.
Based on other things I've seen with other coaches, that's what I think would happen. But also she is a great developer in terms of people. And she's a great, not networker, but what's the word?
She's networking. She's good at networking.
Not networking.
Camaraderie?
Presentation. She presents everything well. And so I think that helps the program too.
So Jesse is hitting us up. And of course, our other producer has finally made the show. Dylan, Jesse says in the from the Sideline Radio Network compound, he says Deifel is the only coach with a winning record dating back to '97. And then Dylan says her tenure so far has reminded me of the start of DVH's. Now, y'all remember DVH had a kind of a rocky start, but look at him.
I mean, last year we got knocked out of regionals, though. Same thing happened to softball this year. But why is it any different? But nobody wanted DVH fired last year.
Nobody, because we can't get anybody. I mean, who would you get if you fight for real? But that is another discussion for another time. Jesse also says, I think as long as she makes the tournament consistently, she should be safe, especially with the competition coming in, because Texas and Oklahoma ain't going to be a cakewalk.
I think she has to get a regional and succeed in it. I think if she continuously gets knocked out in a regional, I think there will be a flag, but I give that 3 years probably of just consistent regional fallout.
Okay.
But honestly, it's hard to fire a coach who's made it to the SEC tournament in the softball world, from what I've noticed.
Yeah.
You don't fire in most schools don't fire any coach, any sport that's been to the NCAA tournament.
I mean, they'd be foolish to.
Yeah.
So, all right, we are going to step away and take a break, catch a breath, because on the other side of the break, Sarah and I are going head-to-head on debate night here at ITHP. And the debate topic is, which of the big three, basketball, baseball, and football, which of the big three had the biggest letdown this year? Is it the basketball team with all that potential? Is it the football team, once again, breaking our hearts? Or is it the offense from the baseball team? We'll discuss it, argue it, and break it all down on the other side of the break. You're listening to Inside the Hawg Pen on the Sideline Radio Network. Back right after this.
Mix Design is your one-stop shop for custom clothing with a personal touch. At Mix Design, we can help you tell your story through your wardrobe. Your imagination on a hat, shirt, pullover, or nearly anything wearable. And while you're picking out some custom clothing, check out the one-of-a-kind handmade soaps from the Bobcat Soap Company. Find us on Facebook and let us create custom swag just for you at Mix Design. All
right, welcome back to Inside the Hawg Pen on the Sideline Radio Network. Back with Sarah Savage Vogel. Now, look, don't go all savage on me tonight, all right?
We'll see.
Kind of, there's kids watching, Sarah.
Don't say anything dumb.
So, well, I can't promise that. You know it's me. I never can do that. All right, so we kind of had this discussion earlier. By the way, there is a post on our Facebook page. I got in trouble for not saying this at the beginning of the show. I got to say it now. There's a post on our Facebook page. We are going to be starting our podcast exclusive. You can only find it on podcast form. Razorback Memories. And it's with me and MC. And we kind of go through how we became Razorback fans, our earliest memories, some of our favorite memories as Razorback fans. And we want your feedback. Post your picture of a Razorback memory that you have on our Facebook page. Tell us about your favorite Razorback memory and how you became a Razorback fan. And you just might get mentioned on the pod. Like we always try to do here at Inside the Hawg Pen. We want fans to be involved with us. So check it out. Make sure you like, share, get everybody involved. That's over on our Facebook page. Big shout out to Loki and Jesse for putting that together. All right, Sarah. We're a mere month or so away from our 2023-2024 season ending here at Inside the Hawg Pen. And I got to know, since the big three are wrapping it up, which of the big three had the biggest letdown this year, in your opinion? Was it basketball with all that potential that could never get off the ground? Was it football that just couldn't seem to get it together? Or was it the offense from the baseball team that we've heard about and we've saw sparks of, but it just kind of withered out a little bit, kind of plateaued?
For me, personally,
okay,
it's the baseball team. But that is because that's the sport that had the highest hopes, in my opinion, for me personally. From a ranking standpoint, from a preseason top 25 team to not making the tournament, basketball has to be the taker. How do you go from being top 25 preseason to not only not making the tournament, but not making the secondary tournament either?
And here I am thinking you were going to say women's basketball.
No, it's coached by Mike Neighbors. It's always a letdown.
No, I was trying to get you riled up for a second. No, and you're absolutely right. How do you go from a Final Four, a predicted Final Four contender, to not even making the secondary, the third, the backup, the extra, or any of? I mean, not making the postseason at all. At all. But I'd have to go with basketball as well. I think football was a no-go from the start.
I have a lot to say about football because it's always going to suck until, which I don't mean this in a bad way. I think Pittman is a decent and fine coach, but his mindset on NIL is holding the team back.
Yes, I agree. But again, being an Arkansas boy myself, I want guys that want to wear the jersey to be an Arkansas Razorback.
If you were offered $1 million to go somewhere else, would you?
That was the key. That's the way it used to be. That was loyalty to the program. Now it's all about money. That's why Nick Saban retired from Alabama, because he can't recruit like he used to.
But what's crazy to me is a coach like Pittman could use it to his advantage. There's another coach on campus who hates NIL, but yet his team has not fallen off the map.
DVH?
Yeah.
I did not know DVH hated NIL.
Oh, he doesn't completely hate it.
DVH,
but if you don't notice, baseball has their own NIL. They're not edge. They're not through everything else.
Okay, so again, I'm going to embarrass her, but Jordan and I watched the movie Holes for the first time. I watched it for the first time in about 15 years the other night. And what brought this on was, if I scream, "I'm tired of this, Grandpa," and nobody responds with, "Well, that's just too damn bad."
Yeah.
DVH reminds me of that grandpa to a point.
Yes.
Because the man never smiles. I say never smiles, but
you just see him in game mode.
Rarely smiles.
Game mode.
Rarely smiles. But no, and I
See,
agree with
that's
you.
the thing. Like, I know a different DVH, so that's funny to me.
Well, yeah, you're up there, but no, I hate the way the NIL is structured. I like NIL because we finally, in about 2 months, have our football game back on all major platforms. But good God, it's expensive. Holy crap.
Until we play the first 3 games and then they take us off.
Right. We're now on like Division II level. But I mean, yeah, and I'd have to say, and guys, for those of you that are watching and listening, chime in. We want your feedback. We want to know which of the major 3 had the biggest letdown in your opinion. In your opinion, was it the basketball team? Because they beat Purdue. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I kind of watched that game. We all kind of watched that game as a crew back then over chat.
Oh, I was there screaming and yelling.
Now you were there. You were there. They looked like a team. They beat the quote unquote number 3 team in the country in an exhibition game that didn't count. And then they hit UNC Greensboro and they looked like they were running with their shoes tied together. But then you come back and you beat Duke. But here's the thing. Duke was never that good.
To me, that wasn't a good win.
No, that wasn't, because they got beat by Georgia Tech the very next game.
To me, that wasn't like, it was a big game in terms of like national championship rematch kind of thing. But in terms of like actual this year, what does it matter? It meant nothing.
But again, you're absolutely right. And it goes into the argument of how long are we going to be nostalgic about the 94 team? You're honoring the 94 team. It's the first time that Duke was inside of Bud Walton Arena. Okay.
I felt like I actually felt like it was just enough.
Yeah.
I felt like it was just enough honoring, and then we moved on.
Yeah. That should be the last time we honor the 94 team, because you get the win.
No.
Well, why?
We honor them every 5 or 10 years.
Okay. I don't understand that, but we'll debate that another night.
They won a natty. If there's people still alive, why not?
40 years? Almost damn near 30 years ago.
It was before I was born, and I still love having those natty. Imagine Scotty Thurman coming back into Bud and the buzz it brings.
Sarah.
Why would you not bring him back?
Sarah, what year were you born? Let's end this debate right here.
99.
I hate you. I hate you so much right
Hey,
now.
I was still born in the 90s.
Okay. All right. You got me with that one. You got me with that one. You got me with that. Look,
just from a basketball player perspective,
I'm already catching
coming from a girl who loves sports and
I'm
loves
already
basketball.
catching 9 kinds of hell because I'm saying don't honor the 94 team. Okay.
You should.
But again,
I'm not saying do this big thing, but if you can get Scotty Thurman, Nolan Richardson, like some other players back in the building, bring them back in. Just do a halftime thing. 94 team, woohoo, call the Hogs. It's not a big deal.
okay, something simple like that, yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
So, but somebody did bring this up, and
if you keep complaining, I'm going to come to your apartment and take that banner.
I'm going to fight you for it. Here, the reason I'm bringing this up is because somebody made a point to tell me that Duke win felt like a gimme win because of all of the pomp and circumstance.
No, we played well. It wasn't a gimme. We worked our butts off for it because Duke was just as bad as us.
My boy Dwight Raleigh says, and I'm not saying it, go Cowboys. I'm not going to go ahead and say it. But he said I was 20 years old in 94. Oh wait, I was 19 when they won the Natty. Was you 19 or 20, Dwight? Come on now. Loki says football won a Natty in 64. Why don't we celebrate them? Imagine that crew rolling into town. Quite literally rolling into town. They're dinosaurs now.
That was before, I think.
Easy.
Before some colleges existed.
You wound me.
64?
Yes, sir. There was life before the 90s.
But I'm saying the SEC wasn't completely created until the 80s, right?
No, the SEC was there.
I'm saying completely filled out.
No, the SEC was there. It just wasn't the SEC that you know it.
It was the ASC or AEC.
No, it wasn't. It was the SEC. What
was the name of it before that?
it was still the SEC because you had the likes of Georgia Tech, Tulane. Do you get this? Tulane has more SEC championships than Arkansas does. Yeah, suck on that one for a minute.
Arkansas sucks.
Jerry Jones, Jimmy Johnson, Barry Switzer, and the rest. Yeah, I get that, but again, see, this is what
I've heard this one before.
I've heard this one before, and I don't want to drink the Kool-Aid on it. I don't.
You just hate on drinking the Kool-Aid.
I do.
Just drink the Mountain Dew then. I don't care.
You can't make me drink it because I get my hopes up. Look at football. Look at basketball.
Until the football coach changes, keep continuing to not drink.
I know. So Arkansas played in the Southwest Conference before joining.
That's what
the
it was. I knew what I was talking about.
The Southwest Conference is I guess you could consider it now the Big 12.
Yes.
Okay. But the SEC was there back in '64, but it was the South. We were in the Southwest Conference. We were the only team. I think we were the only team outside of Texas that was in the conference, which make sense. Look, he just put on tinfoil hat. I mean, conspiracies be damned, I guess. Casey says basketball and the way must checked out. I mean,
when you make it that obvious, it's ridiculous.
And I liked him. That's the problem. And
I tried to blame, this and
I
that.
liked him. And I lost so much respect for it because he didn't make it obvious. Because he didn't try to hide it. Yeah, the Big 12 back then was the Big 8. So it was they kind of went through what they did back in like 13, 14 when all the conferences started to merge and teams started leaving and things like that.
I got a picture sent to me of DVH smiling if you want proof that he smiles.
I bet you it's a creep. Who sent it to you? Was it who sent
Patricia?
it to you? I knew it was either Merle or Patricia. I knew. I just had a feeling. Okay, so the consensus seems to be basketball because we're all kind of, and that's the problem. That's the problem with the football program. Okay, that's the problem. We've all become
it to be bad.
You cannot do that. You just no. Okay, you're not supposed. Because I know. Holster it.
Football is to men's sports like Mike Neighbors' team is to women's sports.
But why? Football's your cash cow.
Why are you calling Sam Pittman a cow? I know he's fat.
I quit. I quit here and now. No, you ain't right. You know that? You're not right.
It would be more of a cash cow if the cow wasn't behind the seat.
Let me make a case for football, though. You go 9-3 2 years ago. Okay. You get hyped up for next season. All right. You got all this talent coming in. Yeah, exactly. And then you scrape by going 7-6.
It doesn't help when your QB runs his NIL in everybody's face. And because your coach won't get involved, nobody else gets any money. The camaraderie goes away. And they just let your quarterback get tackled every game. I stopped going to games because I didn't want to watch KJ get tackled the whole game.
So here's again, very valid point. Those are all valid points. But football in the South, in the SEC, is the draw. Okay? When you have look, I heard this on the radio the other day. No, I take that back. I heard it on a podcast that I listened to. And shameless plug for our wrestling show coming up. But 6 Feet Under with Mark Calloway is where I heard it from. He's a huge Texas fan. All right. And I mean huge Texas fan. All right. He said, and I looked at it and he backed it up. The mid-majors in the Big 12 will curb stomp the low-tier guys in the SEC.
Yeah.
and I'm going to say it. We are a low tier program in
We
football.
lose to Missouri. Who's the lowest of tiers?
And Loki even says it. Loki says, I want football to be good, but I'm realistic. We have so much unrealized potential that we need to capture. Our best hope is currently is Bobby P. Otherwise, we may stay a bust for a while to come.
Facts.
Again, did y'all watch the spring game?
No.
Did anybody watch the spring game? We got a quarterback that can throw it. But if you ain't got receivers downfield who can catch it.
Some of your best receivers are on the sideline half the time.
Thank you.
You got Isaiah Satania and pro MLB player on the sideline. Who you gonna pick? Oh, we're probably playing the pro MLB player just to get views.
Okay. So moving on to our final debate topic of the night. All right. And this one, okay. So for those of you that want to know why this topic is our debate, a certain big name in the Razorback world kind of threw a temper tantrum on the radio the last couple of days.
Kinda.
Okay, so he threw a big temper tantrum. Okay.
You gotta mute him and kick him off the show.
All right. I'm just going to... And I got to know something. Yes, Arkansas baseball is the elite of the elite. Okay. I mean, I have yet to find a stadium, the facilities that top Baum Walker. Okay. When it comes to winning, we've got the highest winning percentage in the SEC. But we don't have the natty. We can win the West Division 4 out of 5 years. Whoop-de-freaking-do. Okay? We can win the conference, the regular season conference, 3 out of 5 years. Whoop-de-freaking-do. But nobody's going to remember those.
Honestly, I could care less about West Division conference title. It helps to get them because it gets you those top national seeds.
It locks you in.
So that's nice. But the SEC tournament, I could care less about because every person who's won the SEC tournament has not won the Natty. LSU, was that last year?
Yeah.
They lost in the tournament. I think they went 1-2 or 0-2.
Mm-hmm.
Go win the tournament. Go win the Natty. 2 years ago, Miss State, 0-2 wins the Natty. Ole Miss a few years ago, 0-2 go wins the Natty.
And I'm going to bring it up, and somewhere MC's fixing to strangle me with it. In 18, we didn't win either one. National runner-up. Okay. Here's my...
Did we not win? I thought we won the West that year.
Did we win the West that year?
Pretty sure we did.
I think I thought every year that we made Omaha, we didn't win.
We didn't win the conference.
We didn't win the conference.
But we might have won our division because they're not the same.
And it just nobody's going to remember the small. And again, it's a big deal, yes. But at some point we're going to go, okay, we've won the conference, we've won the tournament championship, and we've won the division. But if we're not careful, we could be one of the few teams in the SEC without a national championship.
So, well, this doesn't even show us. Okay, so regular season champs.
Okay. Now, that's not SEC tournament. That's actual regular season going
this
into
is
the
regular
tournament.
season. We have not won. We won the regular season in 2021.
Was that the year we went to Omaha and went 0-2?
Yes, I think so.
Oh, crap. I've already. I'm sorry, Patricia.
We also won in 03-04. We have not won the tournament. We won the conference and the tournament that year, though. That's why. Because we won the tournament.
Now, Ole Miss, the year Ole Miss won in 18, they did win. This is coming from Jesse. The year Ole Miss did win it in 18. They won the West in 18.
They won the tournament, too.
Yeah, and that was the year we went to Omaha. We went national runner-up. Now, that's the thing. Here's the thing.
So, but the last 3 years, neither of the three teams that have
either or the conference.
conference or the tournament have not made it to the.
Now, a friend of mine did make a valid point, though. Okay, you hitting inside TD Ameritrade Park or Charles Schwab or whatever it's called now, Omaha.
Yes.
Is very, very difficult. Hitting home runs in Omaha is very, very difficult.
The Pitcher Stadium.
Exactly. How did LSU win their championship? Who
pitching?
Exactly.
Omaha. The NCAA tournament is made for pitching.
Exactly.
That is why we have such a better chance.
What do we have this year that we haven't had in a long time? Pitching.
Well, I hope so. I hope that what's his name isn't hurt.
Now, I can sit here and I can piss everybody off tonight and say we're not making Omaha because look at our record away from Baum Walker. Hey, I could.
No. Hold up. These are two of those sentences make mother freaking sense. How are you going to say we're not going to make it to Omaha because of our record away from Baum? We play at Baum the next 10 games until Omaha.
We play better away in postseason. We play better on the road. Look at Stillwater. Look at Chapel Hill. Okay? But then you want to play in Baum in the postseason? TCU. Ring a bell?
We got the worst draw.
Okay.
TCU. They should have hosted. I will be fine.
I can make debates all day long.
We'll be fine.
Oh God, here comes the conspiracy theorist with Dylan. Oh Lord. Don't get him started. Look, baseball's in good hands, y'all. All right. Baseball's in good hands. Basketball.
But we're in good hands, but we're not making it to Omaha.
Okay.
Like Dwight just said, this season we're better at home. The next 2 weekends, next 2 weekends we'll play at home. Yeah. That's what matters.
Okay. But normally, think about it. Normally, we play better in the postseason, not postseason, or not the regular season. But in the postseason, it's a completely different animal. We have played better on the road.
And this team is very different.
They've been inconsistent.
The hype at home with our pitching. Can you imagine Hagan pitching a no-hitter in a super regionals in Baum Stadium?
It will have Charlie Welch.
I got chills. I just got chills.
It will have Charlie. Look, it will have Charlie Welch-like vibes, walk-off vibes, if that happens. He's very capable of doing that.
Oh, I know he is.
All right, I'm catching 9 kinds of hell. Let me explain. Okay, let me explain, and I'm gonna give Dylan props here. For the past 2 years, almost. All right. During football or basketball, he has made fun of me because I will come in early and go, well, that's it. It's over. And Arkansas comes back. It's reverse psychology. I'm not putting evil or black magic or anything like that. So nobody worry and nobody cancel me or, go on another podcast or have some buffet or, have a happy hour and bitch about I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Okay.
I'll go to happy hour, but it won't be to pitch about you. It'll be to celebrate a natty.
Hey, look, we win the natty. I will take that show off and I'll let you in MC have it. And y'all won't. I
don't want the show. I don't need video footage.
I will say this. If we win the national title, y'all will not see my ass until football.
You won't see mine either because I'll probably be in the dropkicks.
Probably. Jesse Thurman says Hudson White will win us a game in either regional or super regional.
Hold up. Daddy Diggs, final game of the regionals, walk-off homer in the 9th inning, right into my lap. It's going to happen.
I have my response to that. I have 2 responses, but I can't say one on air. No.
Watch and learn.
He hasn't done crap.
You remember what we were talking about earlier?
It doesn't work for you, Sarah. The reverse psychology only works for me.
Okay.
Here's the thing. No, I'm not gonna say it because
when it matters most, he will come through. Okay.
So will Peyton Holt and Peyton Stovall and Vahiva Aloy.
Okay, so Patricia commented, so I have to tell you now. So a couple weekends ago, Kendall Diggs didn't hit the ball. She slapped all the signs over her knee, and they're now in the trash can until he hits the ball again.
I love you, Patricia. I love you, Patricia. That's awesome. That's great. I love it.
They'll come back, even if I have to make my own singular sign.
But the thing about it, though, is every year the team has what it takes to get to Omaha. Hey, look at it. DVH, okay? You can't argue that he is the GOAT. You cannot argue that he is the GOAT. And he's got that title for a reason. It's not just Arkansas fans that are giving him that title. As long as he's here and sane and not senile, you know that Arkansas is going to contend. You know it. Look, he says, so you're saying you are jinxing us so we win it all. Look, I'm trying my damnedest. I want to see a national title before I'm dead.
If we win the Natty, he has to come on air and say that I'm his favorite.
Oh, hell no. All right. Now, you know what? I'll sweeten the deal. All right. I'll sweeten the deal. Your series premiere on your show, the women's sports show that you're launching this fall, I will allow, if we win the national title in baseball, I will come on your show that very first show and you can roast me the entire show.
Oh, I do that anyway.
I will. You can. No, I'm talking like unfiltered, uncensored roast me, because I know I know damn well you've been holding back, and I could just sit there and take it.
Okay.
Oh God! Now I got my two best friends are in here, Ashley and Marty. She says, "Allow." I know. I'm sorry.
I mean, you already sent that picture earlier, and I said, what's that?
Oh,
that should have been enough roasting. For everyone who didn't see the picture, it was a Walkman that they sent a picture of, and I said, what's that, as a joke. I do know what it is.
I hate you.
But it was supposed to be funny.
They put it in the Smithsonian Museum up in DC. Walkman. A Walkman. I have a Walkman in my sports building.
Speaking of track and field, if you're in town this week, tonight and tomorrow and Friday, and I believe Saturday there's stuff going on as well, the NCAA first rounds are happening on campus, McDowell's Stadium, whatever you call it, off Razorback Road. I think it's like $5 to get in. Go watch yourself. We're going to win a natty, so go watch somebody.
And yes, Arkansas has national titles in track. All right. And they do. Okay. I'm not taking anything away from the track team, the golf team, the tennis team, all these other ones. Because, yes, those do matter. I will say it. Those do matter. But the ones that the fans are going to remember the most are baseball, basketball, and football. Because those are your money makers. Period. Those are your money makers. So, yes, I love it when Arkansas wins a division title or a conference title. But in the grand scheme of things, they hold little bit, especially with a team like Arkansas, who's a perennial top 8 seed. Like, in my lifetime, I don't remember Arkansas ever not being a top 8 seed. And maybe once. Maybe once. All right.
Wouldn't every year that we've not hosted Supers, we wouldn't have been a top 8. So the year OSU, the North Carolina, we weren't a top 8.
Okay.
I think that's how that works.
I think. Well, we would have hosted regionals and lost or something. I will have to get MC because MC knows how to
host super. To host a super, you have to win your regional and be the top 8.
Yeah, that's right.
So we weren't top 8. We were like 9 through 16 or whatever.
You're correct. You are correct. See, this is why I'm football and not basketball. There's so much crap you got to remember. But like I said, in the grand scheme of things, you get to Omaha and nobody's going to go through the ooh, they've won the Western Division. Ooh, they won the conference. Omaha's where it matters, unfortunately. And what are we known? And I know, Patricia, Merle, MC. I know what I'm about to say, but what are we known for in Omaha? And until we win the Natty, that is going to be what we are remembered for. We're going
to be remembered for that. Shoot, I'm already remembering it right now because MC did it today.
Yeah, I know, and I'm going to have a little talk with him about that because that stung. You have any idea how much that stings? But no, but again, we could go round and round and round on this. All right. Selection day is Memorial Day, I do believe, if I'm right. Jesse or Dylan, check me on that just to make sure.
I thought it was.
They
pushed it to Tuesday.
Did they push it to Tuesday? Because I thought it was Monday.
I can't remember though.
Memorial Day. So Jesse said it was Monday. Okay.
Yes. Okay.
That's when we'll know.
Years ago they moved it.
That's when we'll know the draw, and that's when we can start mapping out. And next week we will start mapping out, the road to Omaha. Because we'll know who's in our regional, we'll know who we're matched up with, we know what we have to, who we face, and
the only people I really don't want to face right now are LSU, probably Kentucky, and Miss State.
That's fair. They're consequently all SEC teams, but that's fair.
I'll say from the SEC. Outside of the SEC. I don't want Texas. As much as I'd love to have Texas in bomb, I don't want Texas.
So this is a great question. Dwight says, how many times do you think ESPN will show the drop foul ball and the fake fair catch? Honestly, I haven't seen the fake fair catch in a while.
I haven't seen that.
I haven't seen the fake fair catch in a while. The drop foul ball, that one may live with us for a while. That one.
They're going to play it. We're going to make it to the Natty, and they're still going to play it.
Yeah, they're still going to play it. But I think it'll be the last time they play it because we won the title.
Yeah.
Next week, D-Mad joins ITHP. There is a special interview coming up with a very special guest. So D-Mad's going to join us, and it's not D-Mad who we're interviewing, I promise.
They're interviewing me, guys.
I will tell you this, and it's the only clue I'm going to give you. It is a former Razorback. It is a former Razorback basketball player. That's all you get until you find out next week, because in order to find out who it is, you got to tune in. So make sure you hit the like, share, subscribe, follow button, the bell, the notifications, any way to get live notifications from us. Make sure those are turned on. Otherwise, you're going to miss the last couple of episodes of ITHP. You're going to miss all the big announcements. Brandon Laughlin says, if DVH wins it all this year, do you think he will retire? Yes.
No.
Oh?
He's got to pay for triplets. He ain't retiring.
Yeah, okay. All right. I think he should. Just like I thought Sam Pittman should have left when we went 9-3.
I don't think he'll leave for a while. He's going to have to be wheeled out there in order to
I think he'll pull a Norm DeBryan and won't leave until he handpicks his replacement.
Yeah.
And wholeheartedly, I think he.
I genuinely think they will have to put a wheelchair ramp before DVH leaves the Hog Pen.
I mean, if you want my God honest opinion, yes, I don't think he will. No, I don't think he will retire. I think
Patricia's saying no, and she knows better than anyone. So
yeah, no, I don't think he's gonna. I don't want him to retire. I don't.
You will legit have to take him down with a wheelchair. Something. We're
gonna get off in the weeds here, and I know we're running over. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. I'm going to go off in the weeds here. Do you think he is like the Nick Saban of baseball, winning facial expressions because the man never smiles except for rare occasions? I mean,
I think he is to baseball at Arkansas like Nick Saban was to football at Bama.
Isn't that what I said? In a roundabout way? In a roundabout way, isn't that what I said?
I don't think he's the true, like, overall greatest of baseball because of the Natty. Nick Saban won it multiple times, so that's why I'm saying at Alabama he was good.
Okay. All right.
EVH has been great at Arkansas. To make him the GOAT, I think he needs to win multiple Natties to be overall.
I can take that. Next week, we are going to be going over regionals because they will be released, and I believe they would have started already, if I'm not mistaken. They start Thursday. Somebody might have to check me on that. I have not looked at the schedule yet. We have a handful of shows.
Regionals is Friday through Monday.
Okay, so they start Friday. So yeah, we'll be going over regional brackets and possible super regionals Wednesday night, alongside a very special former Arkansas Razorback basketball player, and Dylan Madden joins the Hawg Pen staff. Our producer joins us on air next Wednesday night. Sarah, final thoughts before we get out of here tonight.
I might not be here next week because I'll be in line at the Hawg Pen.
That's all right.
So we might be doing the interview live from the Hawg Pen line.
Hey, there we go. That's fine by me.
I just hope. Well, I know we'll host. I just hope we put on a good show because Sarah needs some serotonin, some happiness, some good vibes in her life, and we're gonna win a natty.
Chris, man, I am sorry I did not see you comment tonight. My bad, dude. I didn't know you were in here. But thanks for joining us, Chris, one of our great fans. And we love you guys, by the way. We love all you guys because without y'all, we wouldn't be here. But for Sarah Swift, actually, I got to give my final thought. What am I doing? I'm all kinds of discombobulated here. By the way, 7:00 next Wednesday, right here on Sideline Radio Network. You're gonna want to catch the show. All right. Now, my final thought. It's Memorial Day weekend coming up. All right. Y'all be safe out there. All right. Don't do anything stupid.
Don't do anything Zach wouldn't do, which isn't much, but still don't do it.
I mean, shit. That just took away my whole freaking weekend. It's not very nice, but
it's what happens when you're 40.
And I'm not 40 yet. Whoa! I get no love. And the roasting has not. All right, Ashley. You and Marty. No. I get no love. It's not fair. It's not fair. But no, seriously, y'all, don't do anything stupid. Y'all stay safe this weekend. And as my old NCO used to say when I was in the military, don't add to or take from the population. And most importantly, don't cook bacon naked.
Why not?
I don't know. He never would give a reason. He just said don't cook bacon naked, so I never have.
Don't read the comments. Finish the show.
Ding!
No, I meant the next one.
If this was an Unleashed show, I would drop an F-bomb right here. Thanks, Brandon. I appreciate that. That hurts right here, you mother. Anyway.
And we're done.
Anyway, thank you guys for joining us. We'll catch you back here next week. For Sarah Vogel, for Marcus MC Carlton live from Hoover. Big thank you to Meeks Design Company and Cam Productions for sponsoring his trip down to Hoover, Alabama. And thank you all, fans, for putting up with whatever the hell this was. No, I'm kidding. Big thank you to everybody for joining us tonight and commenting. We will see you guys next week. I'm Razorback Zach. You have been watching an all-new episode and listening to an all-new episode of Inside the Hawg Pen. Until next time, so long, everybody.